Number 2, which value for x makes the sentence true? All right, so we have this equation, and we have these answers. So let's go check it out. All right, so we're just going to plug these in, and you guys have calculators, but I'm going to go ahead and throw them in by hand. Um, I'm going to do 6 times -7 plus 64 is equal to -2 times -7. And if you notice here how I'm writing everything, whenever I plug a number in for a letter, I'm substituting a number in for a letter. I do it with parentheses, and this is multiplication. Notice how I'm going away from using the x for multiplication because it gets kind of confusing here when I'm dealing with equations because an x could mean a variable. So I like to use a parentheses, just helps to make it nice and neat and clean. So 6 times -7 is going to be -42 plus 64. And that's equal to, now over here we have a negative times a negative. A negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 7 is positive 14. Okay, so we want this right over here to equal 14. And if it does, then -7 was the right choice. Okay, because right now on the right-hand side we have 14. So if we can get this to equal 14, we will be done. All right, so when I do this, it's -42 plus 64. Basically, that's the same thing as subtracting 42 from 64. So we're going to end up with 22 is equal to 14. And you know what? That's just not true. That is not true. So 7 cannot be our answer. Okay, hopefully that makes sense because these things are not true. -7 is not the correct choice. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. We need to try another one. So let's plug in -8. So we got 6 times -8 plus 64 is equal to -2 times -8. Again, notice how I substituted with parentheses. Right now my iPad was a little delayed there, but there it popped in. So let's go ahead and start working through the problem. A positive times a negative is a -48 plus 64 is equal to, all right, a negative times a negative is a positive 16. So I want this right here to equal 16. Now, a -48 plus a positive 64, we're basically going to subtract 48 right here. So this is going to be 14. We'll change that to a 5. Okay, 5 minus 4 is 1, and 14 minus 8 is 6. So look at that. We have 16 is equal to 16, which is true. So that means our answer is going to be -8. So we just make that choice right here, -8.